Okay, guys, so this is going to be a two-part video, and part of the fun of going plant-based is taking a lot of the things that you used to love when you were not vegan, and using creativity to figure out how to make it delicious but free of meat, free of dairy, free of poultry, free of seafood, etc., etc. So one of my favorite things that I used to deeply enjoy was sushi. I used to really love sushi. You know, I pretty much kind of kept it basic when it came to sushi. I like the shrimp tempura rolls, shrimp rolls, California rolls, things like that. But I would, explore a little bit with my sushi and whatnot. But I figured out like a way to do a tuna roll. So I'm not going to be able to go through the entire recipe right now because I'm going to be doing some meal prepping, but I'm going to actually show you guys exactly how to make it tomorrow. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm doing, and I will kind of do a two-part thing to making these tuna rolls. So this is a rice that is made of veggies. It's made of chickpea flour, lentil flour. It's made of a pea flour, and it's got some rice flour and sunflower oil, sea salt. Those are the only ingredients in this rice. And this is pretty much the only rice that I'll eat. From time to time, I'll have some brown rice. I really, actually, to be completely honest, I thoroughly enjoy brown rice. Thoroughly. But it's not something that I have on a regular basis. So this is a substitute. And one thing that you'll find if you get this rice is I like it, but my favorite type of rice, because culturally, rice is everything to us. And I grew up in a Liberian household. Pretty much almost everything is served with rice. Fufu every now and then, cassava every now and then, but pretty much it's rice. It's rice, and it's the main thing, like palm butter and rice. Cassava leaf, rice, flour sauce, rice. And these are all things that I will be doing recipe videos on. I'm going to be doing some plant-based Liberian food coming very shortly, and I'll show you guys some of my culture's dishes without the meat. But rice is a staple to like pretty much everything that we have. And so when eliminating rice from my diet was very tough to do. And like I said, I eat it, but I don't eat it like very often. So I'm very particular about my rice. Prior to not really having too much rice, I would only do quinoa and brown rice. You don't really ever see me eating white rice. And I'm very particular because when you find the right rice, you don't go back. I like a long grain basmati, and I'm very specific. There's only about 2 or 3 brands of brown rice that I love, because it has to have the right texture and the right consistency. It has to be relatively easy to make, and it has to, it can't be mushy, it can't be too hard. I'm very particular about my rice. So this rice, because it's made of chickpeas, lentils, and all of these things, I would say adjust your palate, because it's not going to be, at least the way that I've been making it, it's not like the regular rice where the grains are like, you can take a fork or a spoon and the grains kind of fall apart. This has got more of it's a little bit more mushy. And so seldom do you ever find me buying the original, because I find that the one with flavor kind of throws off the consistency. But what I thought about today is actually the mushiness will be perfect for sushi rice. And because sushi rice is something that is served cold, what I'll do is I will pre-prep this, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator and make sure that it's nice and binding, like sticky rice, but it's made of chickpeas, lentils, a little bit of rice flour, and a pea fiber. And I'll prep it with everything that needs to go inside of it, make sure that it's nice and cool for tomorrow, and then I'll do this for the sushi rice. This is nori. This is pretty much like one of the healthiest snacks that you could ever have. It's just the sushi wrap. It's seaweed. And I snack on it sometimes. It's delicious, but this is going to be one of the ingredients, obviously, for the roll. Avocado, which could be a little bit more ripe. It's a little bit firm right now. Rice vinegar, which is essential to give it that sushi rice flavor. We're just going to add this, a little bit of sea salt, and that's pretty much it. Tiny bit of black pepper. And then these I will get the package, but these are mini vegan crab cakes. And you know, with the vegan plant-based meat alternates, it's a hit or a miss. These were a hit. These were a hit beyond words as far as how flavorful they are. I mean, I was so impressed. I baked it last night. When you bake it for the right amount of time, the texture, the consistency, the flavor. I was gonna do an aioli, didn't even need it. They're well seasoned. Let me show you guys the brand. I was so impressed. I've been so impressed. Plant-based mini crab cakes. You know, I don't like to really call things chicken or crab cakes because, you know, non-plant-based people are going to get their palate fixed on crab or fixed on chicken, and it's not going to taste exactly like what you're expecting. But you will actually be very, very pleased with this. This is going to be a go-to for events. You know what I mean? You get a couple bags of these. You put this on a tray. And you can bring it to, you know, an event and things. You know, this is what's going to be our tuna. I'm going to meal prep it tonight, and then by tomorrow I will show you guys the tuna roll or crab roll recipe. Peace.